Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Thank you so much. Tony Walker in the house.
Yeah, he's the only one screaming, but I like him. He's good.
Yes. Tony Walker.
I like Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's really good.
Tony Walker's all right, too.
Tony, you're the best. You're hysterical. Tony, you're a phony baloney. Listen. All right, I'm going to write Tony a song right here. Ready? Tony. He's full of baloney. Tony, come on, man. Help me out here. Tony, don't get emotional. Tony, I love you. All right, Mr. Walker. All right, because of all this bullshit with Tony Walker, I'm losing people as we sit here. I'm watching the numbers go. All right.
Because they would never.
All right, it's going to be an interesting day. We have to behave because Diane's mom might be watching. So,
If the link works, she'll be watching.
And Romeo, if you're out there, you leave her mom alone.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that.
I am. I'm very worried this week. We're going to get into that. Hi, everybody. It's the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. It is Tuesday Trivia, and there's a lot going on. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show, we're coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Be sure to comment throughout the thread, throughout the show, especially when it's time for Tuesday Trivia. Be sure to share the link. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We are live from Gov's Comedy. We're live from Governor's Comedy Club, and I am concerned. I hope this is not the last time we see Diane. Either she's going to fall in love with Florida and not come back, or John Rusiello is going to just tie her up in his basement.
No.
I don't think they have basements.
I don't think you have to worry about either of those things.
I'm more worried about the second thing than I am the first.
No, don't be silly.
Well, I have to be silly. He says, "Good morning, Professor Buckwheat and Princess of the Nile."
Oh, you're so sweet. I
Wow.
can't wait. I can't wait to see you.
Wait. Let me tell you what I've done.
What have you done?
There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of John Rusiello stuff to discuss today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow, look how she brightens up for that,
Okay.
John. Wow. All right, so first off, I don't know if I've ever told you. I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but I can see in the future.
Okay.
Yep. And not only can I see in the future, but I can then transport what I'm seeing onto my computer screen.
Really?
Yes. So I have a vision
scared.
in my brain that I transferred to the computer, and then I printed it, and then I transferred it over, and now it's here. I'm going to show you.
And now you're going to show us?
Yes.
Great.
It's a picture.
I'm so excited.
It's a picture of you and John Rusiello on your trip.
Okay.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. And now the last I heard, it's still kind of up for grabs. Like you're either going out for dinner tomorrow night or it might be Thursday night.
I texted him and I said we'll be there early Wednesday. I'll text him when we get settled. And then Wednesday or Thursday night we'll be in that West Palm area.
Okay,
So
and-
we can do whatever works best for him.
And he's taking you where? To Okie Dokie Steaks or whatever it's called?
Maybe.
Something like that?
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee?
Okeechobee or something.
See, that right there tells how weird Florida is. What kind
Whatever.
of name is Okeechobee? And
Who cares, as long as it's got good
Well,
steak.
it better be good, but I would not want,
He could take me to McDonald's for a Happy Meal and I'd be happy.
Well, I'm glad you're not doing that. Make him spend some money on Diane.
No.
Damn it, absolutely.
Silly.
All right. Are you ready? I'm going to show you
All right.
what I found in my head. A picture of Diane and John.
You're such an ass. You are such an ass.
What do you mean? These are just the powers that I
Yeah. First of all, I wish I was that thin.
You are.
But
You're
I'm not.
much better looking than this
No.
woman, but this was the best I could conjure up in my brain, you see.
No.
And John should be thanking me because I gave him hair. He does not. He's bald like me.
Wow.
So he should be
What's wrong
thankful.
with you?
There's nothing wrong
That's
with
just wrong. John, don't pay any attention. He's just jealous.
I think it's a beautiful shot. And it's representative. It represents the good time you're going to have. See, look, I mean, you're laughing in the picture, having a grand old time. And I'm sure he's happy. He's with you in a bikini on the beach. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Wow. I don't know. I think steak and a beer is better than that.
Steak and is that what you're going to do? Steak and a beer?
Well, I would always have a beer with steak.
Oh, is
Why
that
would I not
right?
have a beer.
Really? Yeah, because you're not a big drinker. So
No.
Right, but when you have steak, you have a beer with it.
Yes.
I don't recall us ever discussing this.
I like beer.
Really?
Yeah.
But only with steak.
No.
Oh.
I like beer every day.
Oh.
I like beer.
Oh, all right. So when you tell me you're not a big drinker, so
I'm
that
not
doesn't
a big
include
drinker,
beer.
but I'll go home and I'll have a Corona. Corona.
a
I don't
Corona.
drink liquor.
Right.
I don't-
Okay.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna get yelled at. Hi.
How did you find a picture of me when I was 22?
It's a beautiful shot, wasn't it?
Let me tell you something. Only only you can create that in your warped mind.
Exactly.
I'll have you know, I did not create that. I found that on the internet, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Well, you put it together.
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, if you want to keep going with the joke, yes, I made that happen with my powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Quick question for my Princess of the Nile.
Yes.
It's up to you whether we do it tomorrow night or the next night. I'm retired, so it doesn't make a difference to me. And I talked it over with the missus, and she's fine any night.
Okay.
It's your convenience. You just have to let me know because I have to make reservations.
Okay.
To the steakhouse.
Okay. I'll talk to Anthony and I'll text you later today.
Perfect.
All
okay.
right.
Yes. Excellent. All right.
Perfect.
And because Tony was worked so diligently to find that, we're going to send him a care package with our steak. We'll send him the bones.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't be the first time John sent me his bones.
So he could gnaw on it.
Hey, well, I am very jealous. You guys are going to be spending time down there enjoying steaks. I'm doing the show with Kaplan tomorrow, and then he's coming with me. I have a game show upstate, and he's coming with me.
Wow.
You guys are
You can hold each other's hands.
great.
We'll send you some photos so you can show them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to take a lot of photos.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No, but don't send them to me. Save it for next Tuesday because I want to hear all about it from your eyewitness account, just how scary this man was.
Well,
and
I'll
then,
send you the photos so that you can show them.
Okay.
It's better than trying to show them from my
Yes,
phone.
right,
So
true.
I'll send them to you so you have them and you can prepare.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll be prepared.
And just a party note, sky's the limit for you, sweetheart. You don't have to worry about anything.
Don't be. I already told Tony I would be happy with a Happy Meal. So
I heard what you're saying.
very appreciative.
And absolutely not. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know? All right. And I'm dying to meet Anthony. I'm sure he's a wonderful man.
Yes, he is.
Especially, don't interrupt me when I'm talking. Okay? You had your 5 minutes of
He told you.
glory, making me look like a fat bastard that I am. Okay, so don't say another word when I'm talking. So long. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I will be serious just for a second, and I will tell you that, in all seriousness, him and Dawn, just super fabulous hosts.
I'm excited.
Very nice people. You have the rapport with them here, but seeing them for the first time and then sitting and being, face to face, you still feel like you've known the guy forever. Both of them are just wonderful, absolutely wonderful people. And,
I do.
you're gonna have a
Honestly,
great
it doesn't
time.
even feel even the least bit strange.
Right.
I feel like I've known him for a long time.
Absolutely. Was that John Panette? No, Scott, that was not John Panette in that picture. Ann is saying good morning. Hello, Ann.
Good morning, Ann.
Fremder says in West Palm, you mean Rusciello's Palm. Probably. Let's see. Sunday night dinner at the Walker residence with Rigatoni and I don't even know how to pronounce that. Francini? I have no idea. And looking forward to your adventures with Diane and my sunshine and his beautiful wife, Dawn. Rusiello forgot, then it dawned on him. Oh,
Fremder?
Yeah.
But that's clean, at least.
Clean?
Since
All right.
my mom is watching Fremder.
That's right. Oh, that's
think,
right. I already. My apologies, Mom. I already blew it.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I kind of have.
No, you haven't. That's fine.
Yeah. So, so Diane's mom might be watching, so we have to be careful what we say today. So I don't have like
Not really. Not. I mean, she's used to a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
How's your brother?
You don't have to. I just want to.
No, I want to be respectful.
Not to make her upset.
No,
with me. She can be upset with you. I don't care. I just don't want her upset with me.
She's the mother of Diane, so I love this woman, even though I've never met her.
She's the best.
And she's a Met fan. That's all I need to know.
She really is.
Right. So, no, I don't want to piss off Mom. And I know I've asked you this before, but do you curse in front of Mom or no?
I do occasionally, and like I said, I mean, at Friday night at the poker table, and I'll say something. I mean, normal curses are okay.
Right.
You know, your shit and your hell. But then when you get to some of the big ones, the
Right.
bigger bombs, my brothers in particular will be,
Right.
you know, my sister will be more like,
Right.
she likes to lean over and smack me. But, you know, not all the time. I don't have a potty mouth, but every once in a while I let one slip.
Does she?
Or I do it on purpose because it just
Right,
feels
just to get her.
necessary in
Right.
the moment.
Does she ever curse in front of you?
Never.
Yeah, my mother too.
Once.
Yeah.
Once she said shit. I know. When we were kids, she would do son of a. That was it, right? She'd grit her teeth, but she never. But once, and she probably will not remember it or say that. But I know she one time said shit in front of me.
Yeah, my mother's the same way.
My grandmother cursed more than my mother did.
Oh, really?
My grandmother was, you know, it's funny because she died at 72, but our memories of her are as a little old lady, which, you know, is not 72 anymore.
Yeah,
but,
right.
So even in her 50s with her house dress and her hair up.
Yeah.
But she was the spicy one. She was like a little, she would say some curse words my mom would never. You know, she was not.
Yeah, my mother too. And I don't know for a fact because I don't think I've ever talked about it with her, but I don't think even when she's like alone or
My
with
dad
her
never
friends.
cursed either.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
No, my parents just were not that. They just didn't. You know.
One time, it was the early '80s. There was a little family crisis going on, and I remember this so well. I'm 12 years old. I'm out in the front of the house with some friends, and my mother's in the house. She gets into an argument with one of her sisters. My mother's one of 6, and she is. It's like the Brady Bunch. It's 3 and 3. Mm-hmm. She gets into an argument with one of her sisters, my Aunt Marie. She was at the house too, so they get into this argument, and they're just screaming. You know, big Italian. They're screaming. My mother opens the front door. This is why I don't think. This is why I think my mother doesn't curse. She opens the door and she goes, "You get the shit out of my house."
She didn't use it right.
Right, and that's exactly what me and my friends were saying. We're 12, and we're out the front lawn. We're like, she didn't use that right. Instead of being concerned about them fighting, I was just. She didn't use that right. Why did that? She shouldn't.
That's funny because my daughter and my son-in-law curse regularly. They do have potty mouths, and they're both very highly educated, both PhDs.
Yeah.
But they curse a lot in front of my grandson. You know, every once in a while I'll say one and I'll go, and they say, no, it's okay. He knows all the curse words, and their main concern is that if he's going to use them, he uses them in the proper context. I'm not kidding. They're okay with it as long as he knows when it's necessary and uses them correctly. So that's really funny that your mom used it and just had no idea.
No idea. And like I said, I don't think I've ever even discussed that with her. So I have no idea if she does or if she's learned.
She deliberately toned it down to a shit because she didn't want to say the other word.
That could be.
Yeah, because
she was opening the door.
I bet you that. She seems like a very smart lady, your mom. And I bet she just
caught
met
herself.
My mom?
Have you ever met
her?
her?
I don't think I've actually really met her. No, I don't think I have. I might have once.
I'm thinking at a
Frank's
that's my guess.
Birthday gatherings at the main event up there. I was to 1 or 2 of those, and she may have been there or not.
Probably.
I don't remember.
But no, Hicksville education for her, Frank, and me. So no, there's no smarts.
That's not true.
I mean, look at us. Do you think a smart person would raise this? Let's see what's going on there. The last time I looked into a toilet at the White House, I found a Mar-a-Lago. Where did that even come from? Oh, because we're saying the word shit?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, and there's Mickey. Hello, Mickey. Oh, good morning, sweet, sexy, beautiful Diane. Whoa,
oh, boy.
That's from Mickey. Wow. All right, so you're leaving tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna have a great time.
Great time.
But I'm still nervous for you. And you're
I'm going to see my sister. So
right, and your brother, I'm assuming, right?
My brother and my sister, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And forgive me. Your brother, your sister, and there's another brother, or no?
Yes, there's another brother who lives here.
Oh, okay. So him you see all the time. Mm-hmm. But we'll
see him at Friday poker for the most part, but during the week we're all busy. But yeah.
But he's not going. It's not a reunion.
He's not
of all
going.
Four of you.
They're actually going at the end of the month. My mom and my brother my other brother are going to go down.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for next week because I get to hear all about the trip. But then We
Gets
get a
better.
We get a double shot of Diane next week, Tuesday and Thursday next week.
Yes.
Diane will be here. You'll be hanging out here with Dave Soul.
Dave Saul on Thursday for his
Right.
birthday show, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Frank is going to be here. Because Frank,
I don't know.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, I don't care.
I thought
swear
Frank
that's where you're
posted
going.
it. I assumed Frank was going to be there, but either way.
Yeah, Frank, he's been setting up like 99% of these guests on Thursdays, the musicians. But he's got this weird thing going on at home.
Oh, okay.
His dog, one of his dogs, had something going on with its eye, had to get surgery, but then somehow in the surgery they screwed up and the eyelids, like the top and the bottom, like they're not aligning right.
Okay.
So every time the dog blinks, it was rubbing the eye.
Oh.
And it formed an ulcer, I think he said.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big mess. So they've been, this thing has been in and out of the vet.
Poor baby.
Meds.
comfortable.
Yeah. So Frank has to stay home and babysit the dog. But now tonight, though, the dog's going in for surgery. They're going to fix it. And he said the dog is staying overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right. Oh, I'm sorry. So, this is tomorrow. The dog is staying overnight into Thursday. So the guest is Tom Chapin on Thursday, the musical guest, brother of Harry Chapin.
Mm-hmm.
Has had a good career of his own. But Frank knows the Chapin family.
Right.
But he's still not coming in. I said, Frank, the dog is in the vet.
He's going to be at the vet. You could pick him up.
He said he's going home. He said, maybe I have this wrong. Maybe it's Thursday he's getting the surgery. So that's it. Dropping off Thursday morning like 7 and then going home.
So the dog won't be there.
Right.
The dog will be...
So that's what I said. So you can come in. No, it's just easier to go back home. Since Tom is on Zoom, I'll just Zoom too. Thank you.
Want to be with you?
I guess not. Maybe do I smell?
No.
I mean, I only fart once or twice in Diane's here. She farts like 5 times. It's ridiculous.
At least. No doubt.
Thank you for putting up with me. See, you put up with me. Frank doesn't. He doesn't want to come in. So, do I think a smart person would put that picture on the show? Says John Musiello. What's what from there? I'm not even reading that. I'm not reading it. Speaking of farting, but he's talking about farting from a different place.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I got you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that alone. Before I forget, I wanted to just mention Joey Cola, our good friend Joey Cola.
Yes, I saw this.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. He's my Facebook friend.
Oh, very nice. Well, yeah, super, super, super great guy. We had the Oscars this weekend. Joey's son works for IFC, which is a cable channel, and he apparently worked on some show that was up for an Oscar.
A Snail's Life or something like that.
The Memoir of a
Snail.
Which doesn't sound like a very exciting show to me, but I'm joking. But I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's a documentary. I don't know if it's a series. I don't know if it's a movie. Yeah, but either way, it's great.
You got to be there.
Absolutely. I don't know if they won or not. I don't even know what category it was up for. I just know that his son and his team were nominated for this Memoir of a Snail project. And that's all I know. And
cool.
I just wanted to say congratulations and all the best to them. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Much fun. I agree.
Joey's had the past maybe 6 or 7 months have been pretty good for him. He had his daughter gave birth, so that's his first grandchild.
The
and
best.
the baby looks like him. Have you seen this kid? He looks like Joey.
I'll look.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
And then the son nominated for an Oscar, and he got to go. How cool is that, man? So I just want to mention, I meant to bring that up yesterday, and I forgot. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
Very cool.
So, all right. Now so like I said, there's a lot going on around Romeo here today. So we covered Diane is going there. We wish her well. We hope she gets back safely.
I will.
I'm still not 100% on this. But now there's another thing I want to bring up that's Rusiella related. So let me ask you something, Diane Fogarty McCardle. If you were having a conversation about music with Paul McCartney,
yes,
would you like, would he be like a major authority figure on that topic? Do you think?
From my perspective, yes.
If he tells you something that maybe you might not know or you just don't know much about, would you be like, well, Paul McCartney said such and such, so I believe it?
Probably, yes.
Okay. If you and Paul McCartney...
Unless I knew something
of course.
different. Okay.
Now, what about if you and Paul McCartney are disagreeing on a particular topic about music? Well, I guess, because you're Diane, you're the nicest person going. So whether it's Paul McCartney or if it's me, you might consider my point, and it might sway you, it might not.
I would concede to Paul McCartney, probably.
You would concede to Paul
under
McCartney?
every circumstance,
Oh, all
I would
right.
imagine.
Okay. All right. That's kind of where I was going. But...
Yeah, I think I would, probably, because it's Paul McCartney. That doesn't apply to everybody, but Paul McCartney,
okay.
If you say so, I believe it.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes. I'm just being honest.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
No, I do not.
Okay. Came out in the news yesterday that on February 25th, Paul McCartney wrote a letter, and the letter is now online. He wrote a letter to Romeo. You better be watching right now, sucker. You better be watching. Paul McCartney wrote a letter to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to read this letter.
Please read it.
Dear Rock and Rollers, I would like to suggest Mr. Joe Cocker for entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Joe was a great man and a fine singer whose unique style made for some fantastic performances. He sang one of our songs, with a little help from my friends, a version produced by Denny Cordell, which was very imaginative. All the people on the panel will be aware of the great contribution Joe made to the history of rock and roll. And whilst he may not have ever lobbied to be in the Hall of Fame, I know he would be extremely happy and grateful to find himself where he deserves to be amongst such illustrious company. Thank you and all the best, Paul McCartney. Would you like me to read that again?
No. And would you like to recall the conversation we had? I never said Joe Cocker shouldn't be.
Oh, I didn't say you did.
You said he should be in before Cher.
Yeah.
That I will fight Paul McCartney on that. But I bet you, Paul McCartney also believes that Cher should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
First of all, I never said you did say that. I was just looking for backup because he did.
I know.
He did. So I was just looking for backup.
Who? John?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
Hates Joe Cocker.
Really?
Hates him.
Okay. Well, he hates him. But there are plenty of artists I do not enjoy either. And,
exactly.
And I
but
still
you
belong there.
Right. That was my point. I can't stand Cher, but I understand her going in.
You know.
I just disagreed with her going in before certain people, but I understood why she was in. I just think people like Joe Cocker should have been in first. But he was saying she should be in.
I honestly don't understand why it's so difficult to get in.
Well, true.
What's the big freaking deal?
Yes, I agree.
What do you have to do? Put a picture, make a plaque, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Let's get it done.
Get somebody to sing some of his songs.
The whole thing's so stupid.
I agree 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, I think John doesn't want him in at all.
Okay.
So I had to share that.
He doesn't want, you know.
Well, too bad. Too bad. So, and again, if Paul McCartney says, should I even take the call?
Yes, you should.
You are so beautiful to me.
First of all, they're two Englishmen. He's sticking up for his compadre there.
Yeah.
Second of all, Joe Cocker should be nominated for the best drunk and asshole in the world. All right.
Are you going to tell me that he's the worst drunk you've ever seen?
The worst. Listen, any man that's an hour late going to his own concert comes out with a half bottle of Jack Daniels and a cigarette. All right, is a total moron and loser and non-professional in my world.
He had a problem.
He had no problem. He had no problem at all. All right? He was mentally retarded. That was his problem. All right? We had to break down, Tony, I wish I have people to attest to this. We had to break down the door, the green room in the Westchester County Premier Theater.
So you had
to get him out of
personal experience with this.
Yes.
Wow. I
Yes.
think he is definitely qualified to have it.
We had to
opinion
break
counts
down the
for
door.
more.
He wouldn't come out. He would not come out. And his agent was there, and the management. And if you should know, Mr. Walker, the Westchester County Premier Theater was a little bit connected in those days, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Okay. And I'm sure Diane knows what I mean.
I do.
And the audience wanted to break. They were looking to rip up the seats. They were yelling and screaming. So a very influential person there said, break down the door. We got to get him out. So he comes out. All right. He's forget about it. He couldn't even, I think he had Parkinson's anyway. He couldn't walk, but he looked like one of those skeletons that you see on the gas stations, with the air coming out of them, waving to you.
Yes.
It was the most ridiculous thing, So for that alone, he should not be.
I haven't enjoyed a performance of his. I don't think he's a good performer. He's not a good singer. He may have been an okay songwriter. Hit a couple of times, but doesn't have a repertoire. I just think there are so many that belong and they're ahead of him.
Wow.
Absolutely. And to be in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a prestigious honor.
I agree.
It's not. There's hundreds of artists, thousands of artists like you yourself, Diane. You have a beautiful voice, and you could never make unfortunately the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't deserve to be there. I agree.
Exactly right. So Tony, get over it.
Well, right? I'm telling Paul McCartney what you said.
You go right
I don't
ahead.
give a shit what you tell Paul McCartney. First of all, Paul McCartney, he's half dead anyway. How old is he? 80-something?
Yes, he is 83, I think.
All right, 83. All right. So, but you can't even sign his name right. Goodbye.
What does that mean? Can't sign his name? What's wrong with it?
It just doesn't. A lot of people do that now.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people.
It's not legible, You can't tell what it is.
You wouldn't, if you didn't see the rest of this, you wouldn't look at that and say, that might say McCartney.
Well, I might get the MC, because I have an MC. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even the Y at the end.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what?
It'll be interesting to see if that holds any weight.
I think it did last year, because last year Foreigner was nominated, and McCartney put out a video. He took a video of himself. He did like a little TikTok. He went, Foreigner's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame already? What the fuck? That was the whole video.
Really?
Yeah, and then they got in.
There you go.
Well, not only is Paul McCartney saying Joe Cocker should be in, prior to Joe Cocker's death, wait a minute, sorry, let me backtrack. The year Joe Cocker died, which I think was like around 2013 or 14, Billy Joel hand-delivered a note to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame advocating for Joe Cocker's induction.
And they didn't do it.
They did not.
You about how they feel about Joe Cocker?
It means that
that means that they probably agree with me and Romeo.
It means that they're just as drunk as Joe Cocker for not inducting him and for not listening to Billy Joel. Same thing, Billy Joel. How do you not take Billy Joel's opinion on music? Like the man is a genius. Might even be. Elio Pace says Billy Joel is a better songwriter than Paul McCartney.
Okay.
How do you not take that man's
opinion? And that
opinion?
argument could be made. I mean, that's a matter of taste.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ignored Joel's letter. Never inducted. Oh, he never inducted him. And Joe Cocker passed in 2014. Billy Joel has at Madison Square Garden has paid tribute to Cocker. During a show, he said Joe Cocker is a great singer. This is before he died, who is not very well right now, and I think he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm amazed he's not in yet.
He was never a great singer.
You really don't think he's a great singer?
I will say unequivocally, he was never a great singer.
Maybe
ever.
I agree to a certain extent. Like his range isn't very big.
I've heard that song, and that's the iconic song, right? Done so much better, so many times, countless times, covered, and almost every cover is better than that.
A Little Help from My Friends.
Absolutely.
Really?
Even local bands cover that song, and I think they do it better than the original. That does not make him worthy of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in my humble opinion.
All right. I think and we don't have to do this today. If you'd like time to prepare, we can do that. But I think if we sat here and went toe for toe as far as if you mentioned like some greatest hits by Cher, I bet you I can name more hits by Joe Cocker. I bet you Joe Cocker's list of hits is bigger than Cher's.
I take that bet.
All right. Are we doing this today?
No.
Okay, so we're going to prepare.
Yeah.
So you're going away. You're going to go get your steak, and you know, I don't know, maybe again, assuming you come back, will you have time for this next Tuesday, or should we wait?
We'll do it Thursday.
We'll do it Thursday.
When
Dave is here.
Yeah.
All right. Do you? Oh, what do you? Dave's just going to agree because you're Diane.
Damn straight. That's why we're going to do it on Thursday when Dave is here.
All right, fine. I'll bring Paul McCartney
fine.
in.
Bring somebody. Bring Paul.
Paul will agree with me.
Diane and Dave against Tony and Paul. I'm ready. Bring it.
Bring
it.
The weather's getting nicer. I wonder if Billy Joel's in town.
Bring it, Paul McCartney.
Oh, I wonder if I can.
Wonder if you can get him. Now that would be cool.
I was just last week. Just last week.
I bet you Frank would show up.
Yeah, you think?
I bet you if you didn't tell him and he turned on and Paul McCartney was
he would
get in the car. He'd be here in 3 minutes flat.
I think half the people I know would get in their cars and start driving here. I don't think I would tell people. I would, no. I would probably record it at a different time and then play it. So because otherwise it would be a madness.
Yeah.
Just last week, I was in contact with Crystal Taliaferro, who's Billy Joel's the percussion girl who sings in his band. She might do the show.
Oh, that would be awesome. Cool.
If I can lock her, I wonder if I can get her for next Thursday. Even if she zooms in, because I bet you she'll back me up. Yeah. And, I didn't even think of it. Steve Holly, who was the last drummer in Wings, he called in about a month ago, and we spent a half hour with him on the phone. He was Joe Cocker's drummer in the 90s. And he said it was a great time, great memories, he said. Yeah.
Great. That's awesome.
Definitely not a great range, but there was a lot of power behind that voice. You don't think so, huh?
It was all right. There's lots of power behind a lot of voices.
Well, true.
What makes him stand out, to me, is the question.
Okay.
What makes him above the rest?
And you don't have an answer, or?
I don't.
There must be at least 2 songs of his that you like.
I do like him. Oh. I didn't say I don't like
his
songs.
Okay. Well, but you're talking about his voice. But you didn't like his voice to the point where it didn't ruin the song for you.
And did he write those songs? Or we don't, or they were
no, he wrote, if he wrote it all, he wrote very few.
Right. So they're not his songs.
No.
So I don't know why they hold him up here for that particular performance of that song when there are so many that are better. I just don't get it.
His interpretations.
It's completely lost on me.
I mean, Elvis didn't write most of his songs either.
There's a local performer.
Yeah.
Her name is Sweet Susie. She's a blues singer.
Yeah, you've talked about her before.
I would put her up against Joe Cocker any day of the week. She moves me when she sings that song. I mean, to a completely different level of if you want to talk about interpretation. Holy shit. I want to call her and see if we can get her to come here.
Let's do it right now.
Do it. No, she's not going to come now.
Joking.
But I would love to get her on the show with a guitar player and have her sing that song.
All right.
Because you will fall on the floor.
Okay, fine. First of all, my last point, though, is his version. I mean, when you think about Woodstock, that's one of the performances that stand out from that concert.
And I think that's what everybody's looking at. That one thing. I mean,
I disagree.
You could talk about Janice. Same thing. You know?
Sure. And she's in.
Come on.
But fine, throw that song out. He still has so many great songs outside of that one.
Okay. You bring them to me. Well, let's.
You are so beautiful.
I'm open. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunningly beautiful song. And if he's going to be known for something, that's the one to
Okay.
me.
I'm fine with that.
Beautiful. Beautiful interpretation. Great, beautiful. I mean, I've heard some other great versions of it as well.
Absolutely. But his was the first one.
It's kind of hard to fuck up a great song. And that's just a great song.
Yep, agreed.
So.
All right. I guess I should wait then until we do the comparison.
Yeah.
Because I already have a ton of songs running through my head. It's definitely a blue Christmas when you die taking a shit. What? What is he talking about?
Don't read those.
I know. That's why I didn't read ahead. I don't think Queen has a box set. Yeah, we've heard that one before. I think Queen was inducted by Another One Bites the Pillow. I got to stop reading from there. Sounds like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has to share a cocker. The letter that Paul wrote was letter B. Oh, jeez, that was terrible. All right, let me back up a little bit. There's a bunch of comments. Frank, read the message again. There's more to it. What are we talking about? What, your message? I don't know what he's talking. I never know what Frank's talking about.
Oh, about the dog, probably.
Oh, about the dog?
You probably only have part of the story.
Oh.
Don't worry, Frank. He's just messing with you.
I don't think I. No, he wrote back saying it'd just be easier to go home. That's what he said.
That's from your interpretation.
Oh, because their other dog will probably freak out that the dog isn't home. I'd have to be here for that to keep him calm, because Tammy will be at work.
That's his baby.
What are you going to do?
Stop picking on him.
What's he going to do?
Comfort the dog. Good for you, Frank. Comfort
Stop
your
it.
dog.
Calm down, puppy.
No, he can hold her.
Oh,
or him.
stop. Plus, if Tom is zooming in anyway, it's probably easier. Easier for who? For what?
Not easier for you. I know you want your brother here. I think it's sweet that you want your brother here. I think it's very touching. But
all right. Let's just. Where were we? I think I saw Kenny Friedberg was commenting. Yeah, there's Kenny. Hi, Kenny. Billy Joel wants Cocker in too. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay. Frank Walker. I asked Susie. She works during the day and can't do daytime.
Huh.
Do we have a video of her somewhere singing?
I may have it, and I'll ask her if we can show it.
Or let's do even better. Let's ask her to make a video specifically for us.
She will.
All right. I don't know this person. But
she will.
If she wouldn't mind, that would be great. That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay. And then Scott is watching. Joe Cocker, deeply underappreciated. Also, Betty Crocker never got her due. Talk about me. I mean, the viewership, they're not very smart people. So, all right, we're doing Tuesday Trivia today. This might be the last time we see Diane, so it's a special day.
Either the last time or you'll see me twice next week. Could go either way.
Which is still not enough. I just wanted to point out. Still not enough, Diane.
Listen, I'll zoom in. If we decide to stay in Florida and not come back, I'll zoom in from the beach on Tuesdays. It'll be fine.
Oh, she'll be in a bikini. So maybe she should stay down there. She can't. Oh, thank you, Ann. All right, Ann is naming Joe Cocker songs. I am not going to read it because I want to save it for when Diane and I fight. And I think should we name all these songs and then wrestle?
No.
Oh, see how fast she jumped on. Wah, wah, wah. All right, now here's another Rusciello related thing that I must talk about today. Speaking of Ann, who's naming Joe Cocker songs, I received some footage from Ann.
Motorcycle footage?
Motorcycle footage. Don't get too excited. Oh, look at this smiling. Wow, you want to see her orgasm just as much as I do.
No, I love that she's participating the way she is. I love it.
Can I say orgasm in front of Mom? Well, I already said
it. Too late now.
It's too late. Mom, is that a curse? Sorry.
She might not be watching.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure by now she tuned out.
Why is it that bad?
No.
This guy's an asshole.
She's got game shows playing in the background.
So, well, that's the thing. The footage that she sent contains 0 orgasms.
Okay.
She
Why would she show that anyway?
Because she said she would.
No.
Yes, she did.
Not say that.
And me and Romeo wanted to see it.
No.
Yes, you said you wanted to see it.
No.
Yes, you did.
I wanted to see Anne on her road trip on a motorcycle having a good time. I had nothing to do with
All translates. Everything you just said is summed up in one word.
True.
Orgasm. You asked if I could email you the footage. So,
no, I didn't.
No, you didn't. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. She claims that she took footage of that, but she messed up her phone, had to get a new phone, and lost the footage. So she says. Okay. So she says.
That's her story. She's sticking to
I'll
it.
believe
I
it.
respect that.
Yes, I respect that too. Although I am sad, I wanted to see the AO, Ann Orgasm. Not AI, AO. But I will show you what she did send. Okay? She's all right, so first off, and so yeah, John, just calm down. He says, don't put me in that. Of course I put you in that. You wanted to see it. All right, so here's the first I'm going to show you is a photo. Okay. It's a beautiful photo.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's the motel they stayed at. I don't think they went too far. Her friends came down from Washington State. I don't think they went too far because she said there was some bad weather. But this is somewhere in California. But yeah, the sky looks beautiful in that picture.
Now they can see it. It's up. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Beautiful.
Yep. So now the first video I'm going to show you, it is a video of her on a motorcycle, but she's not, yelling or screaming. And this is, steering the motorcycle is her friend Red, who I believe when she called in that day, she mentioned.
She did.
Yes. Okay. So here's video of Ann and Red.
No. And Mom and Red. Yep.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said it'll be easier for me to see when it comes
up.
up.
Oh, okay, yeah. It just came up on the big screen.
And she's waving. I see
she's
waving.
Yes.
Okay, I can see it now.
But there was no screaming going on.
Nice, wholesome family motorcycle video.
Unfortunately.
We'll take it.
Okay. And now this last video she sent, I'm not even sure why she sent this to me, but this is very interesting to me. It's another video featuring Red, and it's their friend Susie loading her motorcycle into a trailer. Okay? But now, first, there's two things with this. One, watch the video. Red practically saves Susie's life in this video. But then also, when Ann sent this to me, she said that her friend Susie is 6'8".
Wow.
Yeah, that's what she said. Well, I'm not really sure.
Could that be a typo? Could that be?
I don't know. That was one of my thoughts. Maybe
that's crazy.
I thought. Well, my first thought was, why is she telling me that?
Yeah.
And then I did think maybe it's a typo. But then even if it is a typo, why is she telling me?
Why is she telling you?
Susie's height. So I was a little confused. But yeah, but watch as Red saves Susie's life.
I don't think this is playing well on the screen because it's taken a long time. Okay.
All right, yeah, you'll see it up there.
There we go. There we go.
You got this, Susie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was life-threatening. I don't think. No, but good for Red.
Yep, my girl got this.
Hang on.
Love you, Susie.
You know what? She could be 6'8" because look how her feet are so easily touching the ground. She's not tippy-toeing it or anything.
Well, go back to the first thing you said because there's sound on that video, so your commentary may have been, blurry or may have been buried.
I got you.
So yeah, so you said what?
I said she might be 6'8" because her feet touch the ground so easily. She's got extra extra space, not like she's kind of tippy-toeing.
And so, Ann, what's Susie's relationship to Red? Because, yeah, he saved her life. She's indebted to him forever. Forever.
That's it.
She should just marry him now and be done. Let's see. Motorcycle footage. Hold on. Let me go get my cocker. Lovely pictures, sweetie, says Romeo. See? I see the way he's, all over
Why
Ann
so
like
jealous?
that. You should be jealous. That's my point.
I'm jealous.
Man, you are a player. You got it. And then you work some kind of magic where all your women know you're kissing up, you're buying dinner, and none of them care. You're like David Koresh.
It's a cult. It's a Romeo cult. Oh my God.
You guys going to be living in a commune. See, I'm telling you, we're never going to see Diane again. The next time we see Diane, it'll be like Charles Manson, like what did he call them? What was their name? He had a name for all of his followers, but we'll see Diane on TV. Romeo is the best. He tells me it's okay to have 13 wives, and I'm one of them. I love him.
Stop.
And then, a bunch of us from up here, Dave Soul will go on the news. That's not my friend Diane. That's just not her. She's brainwashed. Yeah, it'll be, and then we'll have a Netflix special. They'll use a bunch of footage from the show.
Then you'll get paid.
I'll get paid.
Yay!
So everybody wins.
Happy ending.
So stupid. Oh my goodness. Ann says Susie's an awesome friend. Well, yeah, it seems like they're nice people. Yeah, they came down to see you. Oh, she really is 6'8".
Wow.
Holy moly. Romeo Harem, says Vicky. GD is watching. Sorry I'm late. I missed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Can you catch me up?
I missed him too.
If you have like 6-7 hours to spare, just go back and watch them all. Someday you will be just like me, says Romeo. No, not true. Not because I wouldn't want to. It's just, I tell you right now, I couldn't handle. Just one of these lovely ladies is all I can handle. And I don't mean that like in a sexist way. I'm just saying because I'm not a strong man. My ass would be kicked in no time. Ann says, yeah, I lost all my good ones. I'm going up to Red's place in Washington over the summer. Will have learned to use my phone by then.
Oh, good.
See?
Okay.
See? She's volunteering this footage to us.
Great.
It sure is.
Good.
Last week, you were all excited to see the stuff. Now, today, you're like rolling your eyes.
No, I just don't remember her promising us an orgasm.
All right, but now she is. Now you remember this moment.
She doesn't need to do that.
Well, no,
to
of course
be our
not.
Friends.
Absolutely not.
We love her.
Agreed, 100%.
Okay.
But the fact that she is doing it gives me, much more love for her.
Okay, good for you.
And I'm sure you feel the same way. From there. Romeo, where art thou, penis? That made me laugh. Ann says, thanks, Tony. I wish I had better footage for you. Maybe next time. Hugs.
We appreciate the effort.
Absolutely we do, and we loved what you sent. And I think it was cool. We got to see Red save Susie's life. And, no, everything you sent was great, Ann, and I appreciate it. And, you're awesome. And you've been a good sport throughout this whole thing. Even calling in and playing along.
Absolutely.
So, Diane, I wouldn't show that anyway, she says.
See? I told you. Oh, I knew it.
She ruined it. All right, so... Oh, we got time for trivia. Time. Did you watch Saturday Night Live?
This past week? No. And, again, I usually sleep through a lot of it and then
right.
catch it in clips, and I've only seen a very few. I still have to... Okay. I'm going to do that during the week.
I was interested in seeing it because Shane Gillis, great comedian,
I heard it was a little rough.
Yeah. Okay. Shane Gillis, who has kind of popped in the past maybe 2 or 3 years, initially gained fame as being hired to be a cast member on Saturday Night Live maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. And then some audio came out where he was a little I don't know the context, but he said he had some racial comments.
And they fired him.
They fired him. And then he came back, I think was it last year or 2 years ago, he came back and hosted. And that one was okay. It wasn't like, whoa, but it was okay. But then he came back this past weekend to host. Shane, we've seen Shane. We knew Shane here at Governor's before he popped. He played here regularly. He had been in this room with me and Don once, and he was great. We really enjoyed him. He was a great guest to have on the show, and he was very cool, when the cameras were off. And there was a big UFC fight on that night. He was begging me to get the fight on there. So I tried, but then he left. And I think I was going to be successful, but yeah, great guy. But so I watched it out of curiosity. I almost feel like, the guy wouldn't know me for a hole in the wall, but I do. Because he's been in here, I feel like I know him. So I'm like, all right, I wanted to see this guy. So the first time he hosted a year or two ago, yeah, like I said, it was okay. But now, so what you did watch, was it the monologue?
No. The only thing I did see was the bit in the Oval Office, Mike Myers.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, which, it was okay.
I thought Mike Myers was great.
Yes, well, Mike Myers is...
It was great. I liked
I love Mike Myers. He's just so funny. And he makes the best out of everything he does.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
Shane Gillis's... So I watched... So first off, there was a skit. You know how Saturday Night Live do they do those fake commercials?
Yes.
He did one the other day, and it was, I think, in the history of Saturday Night Live, this was one of their best ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would recommend that. But his monologue,
I heard it was rough.
I think he's a great comedian. Like I said, I think he's a nice guy. I'm a big fan, but I'm just being honest. This was... Which led me to believe that maybe, because even the first time he hosted, the monologue was okay. So I'm kind of wondering now if he's doing this on purpose. Like a little, you fired me? Well...
Really?
I think it's possible.
Wouldn't you want to come back? I just feel like it's never bad it's never a bad thing to be asked to host Saturday Night Live, I think.
Right.
Right?
But,
so why wouldn't you want
to
be
it's always
asked back?
But it's always a big thing when you're on there. There's controversy. It's like this with any show, like you're doing a guest spot. There's controversy, and then when you come back, everybody tunes in. So, Norm Macdonald was famous for stuff like this. He went on. Do you ever see his? I don't know if you've ever seen this. When he was on The View. Have you ever seen this?
I probably did. I don't know.
So before he came out, Joy Behar, who I can't stand, but before she was on The View and all that stuff, she was a local comedian. She played Long Island clubs all the time.
She was a school teacher in Lindenhurst.
and
I know her husband.
Oh, is that right?
Her husband.
And
her ex-husband.
Oh,
Joe Behar. Behar.
Oh,
yeah,
Joe and Joy Behar?
He's a trumpet player.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
For a long time.
And she was a great comedian in her day. I'll be honest. In my opinion, since she's been on The View, it appears to me that the ego has gotten her, and I can't stand her. I can't stand that show. But so before he comes out, Joy Behar, she's looking at the camera, or she's looking at the other ladies, and and she even does. She goes, Norm Macdonald is here. Like she kind of, and then Barbara Walters, I forget exactly what she said, but in her intro to Norm, or it might have been the other way around. Either way. Barbara Walters she did the same thing. She's like she said something weird, like, I don't know why this guy is, or I don't know why she said something a little condescending about him before they brought him out.
Uh-huh.
So he comes, and then he's talked about it in interviews after the fact, where he's like, all right, well, this is how they're going to be with me. He goes, well, I'm going to be the same with them.
Right.
He goes out there, and they start talking, they were talking politics, and he says, I think it's the funniest thing now knowing what he was doing. He starts talking about how he can't believe Bill Clinton became president after killing a man. And you see them like, what? And he's like, what? You never read this? He killed a man. And they're kind of like, and then they move on to other things. But he said later, he goes, I was totally messing with these people. He goes, he never killed a man. He goes, but I was totally messing with these people. So, yeah, I do think it's, so Norm Macdonald does something like that, yeah, I do think somebody like Shane Gillis might go up there to tell bad jokes on purpose.
It didn't get good press, though. I mean,
oh no,
not at all. It's terrible.
Neither did Sinead, and but now all these years later, some people are saying no, she was right, which she actually kind of was.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, she couldn't walk the streets of anywhere in America. No, I mean the bulk of his monologue was talking about a Ken Burns documentary that came out like 10 years ago. Like, why is? And he went on and on about it.
Yeah.
It's like so. Really, I was thinking, no, Shane Gillis knows better. Like and then even as he said, finished up and they were starting to fade for commercial, he's standing there and he just kind of goes like this. Like so, he knew.
He did on purpose.
Yeah, I am kind of thinking that. Which
just what a waste of an opportunity to me.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I go back and forth
because you can get the same price if you're looking for. You can get, like I understand they say there's no such thing as bad press, but going into that now you have a choice: good press, bad press, right? You can make it great or make it shitty, and. It's not like something happens and I'm sorry that happened, but the press was good, right? He had a choice, and he made a choice.
And I agree.
And particularly if you're saying, I don't really know his work, but you're saying he's a smart, funny guy.
Yeah.
So he made a bad choice, in my opinion.
Right, and he could have knocked it out of the park. I have no doubt.
And he would have gotten tons of press.
Right.
Right.
All right, let me ask you this, because I don't know. So let's say he did do a killer set and the place was going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Would he? So let's say he was let's say he's playing. I don't know. Let's say he's playing here, any comedy club, any theater, wherever he's playing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he'd be like a hotter topic if he had a better set, or do you think people would be talking about it, or are people talking about him more because of the bad set, which then put more asses in the seats? Which puts more asses?
People are talking about him. I mean, I heard it was bad. I heard it was difficult to get through, and I could not have told you his name.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like if it was good press, I would know his name.
Really?
I would have tuned in to watch, and I would know who he is. For me personally, but I know there are people who love to watch a train wreck.
Right.
So they tuned in for that reason. And they know who he is now.
I mean, you take Chris Rock.
So it really 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Sure.
What kind of person are you? What do you like?
Chris Rock gets slapped his first appearance at a theater, or so many people showed up because they wanted to hear what he had to say about it.
Right.
So that's.
But he didn't have. That wasn't a choice. That just is one of those things that happened to him that day.
True.
He had a choice to tell that joke or not to tell that joke.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Don't think he really made the right decision there. But. He still had a choice, but that slap that just was a circumstance. He had no control of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Fuck it, I'll read it. Just a friendly reminder. I love tits from Frenda. And I think going back when we were talking about it before, she says, "Love you all, family forever." And I've been saying that for a long time. I prefer to call I don't like calling them fans because who am I?
No.
But I prefer to call them family. And I've been saying that forever. The Manson family. That's what they were called. Thank you, Scott. That's true though. That's what they were called. Fremder. Racial comments. What's that like? Fremder has been known to call in with some or comment with some racial slurs. Good morning, Mr. Fenderson, sir.
Hello, everybody. Only reason why I called is because since you're talking about the Shane Gillis thing.
Yeah.
Saturday night was my wife's first time seeing Shane Gillis. She had no idea who he was.
Okay.
So that was her first impression of him. So, not that my wife would ever spend a lot of money going to see Shane Gillis before, but she thinks that's who he is.
Oh, all right. That's an interesting point.
And
okay.
That's not good, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so my wife she thinks he's a horrible comedian. Now, I don't enjoy his humor, but then again, who am I? I'm a lowlife anyway. But even if I weren't a lowlife, I don't appreciate his humor for the most part. But even if I did, I thought that was because of who he is and how famous he is. I graded him even more harshly than my wife did. My wife says, like, she graded him like she would have treated any other comedian she saw for the first time. And
Because
she thought
it's
he was
almost like
awful.
he's a newcomer to her.
Right.
And now she just
and
won't
I looked
watch
at him
again.
like, okay, this guy is being picked over me for other jobs. You just said, like, in other words, he's like kind of like competition, but not really competition because we're not in the same league.
Right.
But if we were both in the same room, chances are more people would choose to see him than me. And so that's how I'm looking at it. It's like, well, what are they looking at? And so
that's an interesting point because I'm sure lots of people. Yeah, I mean he is a really famous comedian right now, but he's not a household name
He's
yet.
not a household name,
Right.
so I don't know who he is.
So so I'm sure there are plenty of people that are looking at it and saying, "Oh, that's why are people going to see that? I wouldn't go see that."
Yeah.
No, I didn't think of that. Yeah,
and that's exactly
Wow.
what my wife. As a matter of fact, I think you and my wife have been talking again. Damn it! The last time she talked to you, she was sick for like 10 or 12 days, and
Oh.
so
yeah. And now, why do you think we're talking again? Because of Shane Gillis?
The Shane Gillis thing. Yeah.
I can neither confirm or deny.
Well, all I know is if her baby looks like you, then we're going to have a talk.
Well, yeah. I mean, all babies are bald.
I
so
was just going to say it's going to be bald. So.
And if it's born with one, and it's born missing a leg, damn it, I know it's you.
Well, I had one at one time, so.
Yeah, but not now.
True.
You weren't screwing my wife back then.
Well, tell him to go back in and look. Maybe it's still in there somewhere. Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Who in the world was that guy on your show today?
Oh, Alan Katz.
He was an interesting character, that guy.
That guy, okay, are you familiar with HBO? Have you ever heard of HBO?
Yes, I may have.
Okay. They had a small, moderately successful show on there called Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He was the writer.
Oh, no kidding. That's who that is? Wow.
Yeah, he wrote all of the, he was the main, he wrote every word that the Crypt Keeper spoke came from his brain.
Wow. That's wild. But he seems kind of bitter that he hasn't been able to get work or something. Is that what?
Well, no, the bitter part came later because when he was talking about the Tales from the Crypt stuff,
yeah,
he was so fucking happy.
Yeah,
and then look, if I run long, you can cut me off, okay? Because I know this is like 12:05 and y'all have your things that you do, and I don't want to interrupt.
It's all right. We got 2 or 3 minutes. It's cool.
Okay, I'll take 5 then. Now, so Tales from the Crypt they did 3 feature films.
Okay.
Outside of the series.
Right.
The second feature film was supposed to have been, I think, a film called Dead Easy. Okay. And it was the people from the Crypt people, the Tales from the Crypt people got together and they wrote it. It was a burden of love. They really, really loved it. They had Selma Hayek to be in it.
Oh wow!
And she was like a newcomer back in '96. I shouldn't say relatively unknown in '96.
Right.
And at the 3 weeks before shooting started, because everything was done, so they're on location. They scouted locations. 2 weeks before they started the actual filming, the producers or HBO, whoever was producing it, they called them back and said, "Don't spend any more money. We're not going to make that film."
Oh.
Wow.
And we're going to make Bordello of Blood.
Oh.
With Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, this is the shorthand version. See, if you want the longhand version, watch the podcast.
Watch Coffee with the Dog.
Episode.
Right.
Yeah, Coffee with the Dog. Watch that if you want the full thing.
Okay.
And that way, anything I get wrong, you can also get the corrected version. Right. But that was where the bitterness came in.
Wow.
They didn't. Nobody affiliated with that film wanted to make that film.
Oh, that's a shame.
And and he was giving us inside scoops on like how the woman, now I forgot her name, but she was dating Sylvester Stallone at the time. Harwick. I can't remember their name now, but she got a role on the film because Sylvester Stallone was like tight with somebody, one of the producers, and so he says, put my girlfriend on there. What they didn't realize is that he was getting ready to dump her, and so he got her the movie so that when he dumped her, he could say, she go like, "You son of a bitch." You go like, "Look, I got you a movie, didn't I?"
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it was like a parting gift.
Oh God.
Okay. Dennis Miller didn't want to do the movie, and so when they approached him, he didn't want to do the movie, so he says, "I'll tell you what, if you give me $1 million, I'll do the movie," thinking that nobody was going to ask him to do the movie for $1 million because their budget was $500,000.
Oh wow.
So the guy who really wanted Dennis Miller goes back and says, "Can we get the money?" And they said, "Okay." And they went back and said to Dennis Miller, "Okay, here's $1 million." He's like, "Fuck."
and he
so
did
Dennis
make it.
Miller didn't want to do the movie, but they called his bluff, and so he stuck it. The people who wrote the movie didn't want to do it. Well, not the writers. The writers are actually, and they said it on there. They said who it was. It was their first script. It was their college script, and they sold it to these people for like $500,000.
Wow.
The script that they were working on, Dead Easy, was only $50,000. So they said, "Well, we have the script that we spend $500,000 for, Bordello of Blood.
We got to make it. We'll waste that money."
Right, we're going to make it. And it actually was just the first. I can't remember these two people's names. They're famous now, but it was the first script they wrote, and they were in college when they wrote it.
Wow.
So the premise sucked, the whole thing sucked, but because they were famous, that script was like the first thing they wrote, so it became like grandfathered into their fame. But it sucked. You saw Bordello of Blood. So nobody affiliated with the movie wanted to make it. And that's where the bitterness came in, because he's retelling it, and he's still fucking bitter about it.
Because he wanted to make his.
All these years later, though, he's still...
pushed aside for that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't blame him. If I had my baby project was sitting there, if I was ready to do a show, if I worked my life or whatever my career, and I said I want to do this comedy special, and I want to do it on this material, and then somebody bum rushes me and says, "Look, we're not doing your comedy special. We're going to take Shane Gillis, but we still want you to produce it." Yes, I would be bitter to this very day.
Yeah. I mean. To still be able to produce it, though, so you're still involved and still making something, so that's a good thing. But...
and that's the one thing I don't understand, because he's no slouch. I don't understand why he never made it later.
Right.
Even if he made it as an independent, why he never... And I didn't get to ask him that, but we're going to be friends now, because he's from the Baltimore area like me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're exchanging niceties and information so that we can talk later, because now I want to know why he didn't make the one that he really wanted to make.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt, that was popular back then. Yeah.
Yes, Tales from the Crypt. Right. Yeah, so that's who he was.
All right.
And he's done other things, but my obsession was Tales from the Crypt. I used to do the voice. I had the puppets. I had the trading cards. I used to love that thing.
Oh, that's funny. So go back and watch Coffee with the Dog, and then from today, and then get ready, because he'll be back tomorrow.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he's in the second hour, so you don't even have to watch us for the first hour bullshit around. You can actually
fast forward right to the second hour.
That's great.
Yeah, you can go straight to 1 hour 15 minutes in.
Right.
Okay. That's where he is. Otherwise, you're just going to listen to me tell a bunch of bad jokes based on bad conversations that we're having. But that's what I get. That's what I get paid the big bucks for.
I hear you, pal. That's right. All right. Well, thanks for that update and the insight on Shane. That was cool. And we'll talk to you.
Thanks. Y'all take care now.
All right. See you, JD. Bye bye. GD. I think I said J.
You did.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. So let me just finish up some comments, and then we'll get started with Tuesday Trivia. Yeah, Scott agrees. Shane Gillis is selling out arenas, but I think his comedy doesn't translate to the general TV audience. All right, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Angie Everhart, says Vicky. Vicky, hi, by the way. Thanks for watching. Hope you're all right.
That was the actress that got the movie.
Angie Everhart, Stallone's girl. Yeah. Ann says, GD, that was so great this morning. Yeah, Ann was watching. I saw that. Having coffee with you and seeing Alan on Tales from the Crypt. Love the memories. Okay. Tales from the Tits. My goodness. All right. It is time for some Tuesday trivia. Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to play, please put your comments, your answers to the questions in the comment thread. If anybody is in the area and they want to go to a show at any of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs, just reach out to me, and I can get you into most shows. All you got to do is play. The answers don't even have to be correct. Put your answers in the comment thread. Diane's going to answer. I ask all the questions first, then I read them again with all your answers, and then I make fun of you and give you the correct answers. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I can get you into most shows. I tried getting Jeff, my Monday co-host, in to see Jay Moore this weekend.
You did.
And I was unsuccessful.
Wow.
Jay Moore, yeah.
So there are limits to your power.
There are limits to my power. I know I'm disappointing a lot of you. I know you see me as a man of power, a man of greatness, a man who can who can have a thought in his head and translate it onto a computer. But but bottom line is I'm just human. Okay, just calm down. And my apologies to Jeff. Couldn't get him in. Couldn't get Jay Moore on the show. Couldn't get anybody into the show to see Jay Moore. All right. This first question. Last week I was a little hard on you.
Listen, I haven't done well in a long time, so it really doesn't matter.
Today we have some easy questions.
Okay.
At least I think they are. Including question number 1. Name the cast of Friends. Their real names.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll get this. I have no doubt you're going to get this, and so is everybody watching.
I get a block, though, under pressure, but,
no,
you know.
You're Diane Fogarty McCardle.
It's Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer. Oh, God, I just saw the blonde. They were talking about her.
She's my favorite.
I love her.
Yeah. I think she's the hottest one.
Courtney. All right, so Courtney Cox, Matthew Perry.
2 more.
I know. Why can't I think of her name? Keep going, because they're going to come to me. Those are going to come to me, no doubt.
You might know this one. This is going back to the 80s. Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill. You remember him?
I do.
What was his real first name? Tip obviously was not his real name, thank goodness. Tip O'Neill. What was his real first name?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. You want to take a guess? Like, just throw a name out?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Because it would just be so arbitrary. Like, I just would pull one out of it.
What town was ranked the most fun place to retire in the Sunshine State? Mr. Rusiello should know this one.
What town is the most fun to retire?
What town or city, town, city, I don't know, place was ranked the most fun place to retire in the Sunshine State?
How about, I'm just going to guess and say Naples.
Naples? Final answer?
Yeah, because I have no idea.
Well, do you think John Rusiello should know this answer?
Probably.
Still going with Naples?
Well, you want me to say West Palm? Where does he live? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
West Palm? Yeah. I've heard Naples is pretty spectacular, so.
Number 4. Boynton Beach in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Know it well.
What is Boynton Beach's motto?
Do not know.
John? Sticky with today's theme. We're talking about John Rusiello almost the whole show. Or John Rusiello related.
Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow.
Okay. The other one's coming.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You'll get it. So, yeah. We're sticking with the John Rusiello theme with today's show. John, what is Boynton Beach's motto? All right. This one you'll know. Question number 5. You will know this one. You're going to come right out with it. Who had a huge number 1 in the 1970s with the song Shadow Dancing?
Oh, Andy Gibb.
Like I said, you were going to shoot it right out.
Gibb.
She's proud of herself. Who is younger, Serena or Venus Williams?
Serena.
Wow, you jumped right on that.
I saw the movie.
What movie?
No, I always knew Venus came first anyway.
What movie? Is there a movie about them?
Yes, the one that Will Smith was nominated for. King Richard. He got the Oscar.
King Richard, it's called?
Yeah, they're about their dad and how he
yeah?
trained them to be champions. Will Smith won the Oscar.
I can't stand
For
Will
that-
Smith more than I can stand Cher.
It was an amazing performance. He deserved the Oscar.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm weird like that. If I don't like a particular actor, I have a hard time watching their movies.
It's great.
Oh, no, I believe it was. All right, fine. 7 Pounds, I thought was an amazing movie.
It was great.
Yeah, I thought 7 Pounds was great. What's the other one? The Pursuit of Happiness, I thought was good, right? Was that the name of it? Mm-hmm. That might be where it ends for me, though, with Will Smith. Yeah. So, no, I am not. I've never heard of that movie. Magician David Copperfield.
Yes.
What is his real name? It is not David Copperfield.
I don't know.
Okay. Question number 8. I think we actually talked about on this show. I don't think it was with you, though. Who is the last living cast member from Different Strokes?
I don't know. Was it the one who played Mr. Drummond, the oldest? I don't know. I think all the kids died, right?
I will give you a hint. This person is still alive.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps. Okay.
Doesn't.
And you still have not gotten the 6th friend. I thought for sure you was going to be able to rattle
I
them
know.
off.
For some reason, I'm having a block. It's Joey. I'm trying to think.
All right, half credit
And
so
when
far.
you say it, well, I know the characters. I just can't think of his name right now. It doesn't come to me.
Mellifluous. Give me the meaning of the word mellifluous. 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 Mellifluous.
Mellifluous.
I'm going to give you a hint, which will give it away, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's what we could say about Diane singing.
You know what? I was gonna, and I don't even want to say it, but I was gonna say it had to be something about something melodic, or I thought it had something to do with sound in some way, but I still don't know the answer. But I was on that track in my thoughts.
Last question, and I think I may have asked this before too, but amomaxia, 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 I don't know, is having sex while in what? And I don't mean the body part. I mean, like, where are you? I mean, Diane was going to say butt. I know.
No,
I'm joking. Yeah, like, where are you? Yeah, not. Yeah.
I'm gonna say in. Oh. I don't know. In the air.
In the air? Oh, like on an airplane or something? Oh. Have you ever done that?
No.
Mom's watching, so I was going to ask, where's the craziest place you've ever done it? Okay. Let's go back. Let's see. What? Vicky, pay no attention to the man in front of the mic. I don't know why she's saying that. Rusilla says you're just a failure. What's happening here? Okay, here we go. Oh, looks like John got him. He got the friends right. Well, he got 5. He got 5 out of 6. Oh, okay. And then, hi, Greg. Greg Halverson is watching. He finished the sentence for you before you got Lisa Kudrow. Okay. The cast of Friends. Vicky got it. There it is. Jennifer Aniston, Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox, Matthew Perry, David Schwimmer, and Matthew LeBlanc. Matt LeBlanc.
I had an L. I just
LeBlanc.
couldn't. I wouldn't have come up with Matthew.
You said Joey, so you get it. Good enough.
That's not real life. That's
Sure
not
it is.
how it works.
It's
No,
real
it's
life
not.
for Diane Fogarty McCardle.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling Romeo would know this one. Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill. His real first name, he's the only one that even... Oh, no. Oh, Greg had it too. My apologies, Greg. Well, very nice. They both got it. Thomas O'Neill.
I probably would have said Timothy just because it was a T.
Go Tip,
Yeah.
Tim. Yeah, that would have been a good guess. Oh, Fremder, I'm not reading that one. Okay. Where are we? What town was ranked the most fun place to retire in the Sunshine State? You said Naples or maybe West Palm. I said John Rusciello should know this. He said Tampa. That's wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Vicky also got Thomas O'Neill. Sorry. And she's saying the Villages. Nope, incorrect. John, you disappoint me. The answer is Boynton Beach.
I don't really like Boynton Beach.
That's where John lives.
Huh?
That's where John lives.
Is it?
See, now she can't go.
That's
She doesn't
not
like your town.
true.
Yeah, that's totally
I know
true.
We had a house there.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that now.
I don't know.
What didn't you like about it?
Not the beach. I never went down. Didn't go down to the beach. The beaches are beautiful. That's
Yeah.
not even the issue. I don't know. It was just that I don't know. There was something about. Maybe it was the house I didn't like.
Oh, that could be.
It could be.
I'll be honest.
It could be that it's the house I didn't like.
It seemed like a nice enough town. There was nothing that stood out to me, but I didn't. But I wouldn't say I didn't like it. It just seemed like any other town. I didn't see anything special about it.
Anthony's ex-wife lives there too.
Ah, there it is. There. Oh,
Whatever.
Does she live in a gated community or something? That would be awesome if she lives in John's community.
You know what? It didn't even occur to me that could be a possibility.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
See, now you can't go, even if you wanted to, because now Anthony can't see her.
Why?
I have no idea.
See her?
I'm just, stirring the
that
pot.
would be fine.
Would it? Do they have
would be.
kids?
Yeah.
They do.
3
yeah.
boys.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. They get along? The kids are all grown up, so it's not like they have to interact with each other to make parental decisions,
No.
right?
Yeah. No. No, and yeah, it's
She's a...
no.
I'm joking.
I don't know her.
Oh, you never met her?
No.
Oh, even with, if one of the boys was having,
She won't come. She won't.
Really?
Yeah.
Go get up here and see your kids. Damn it. John, next time you see your neighbor, go,
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
that would be wild.
Now I want to know where he lives. I want him to text me. Text me where you live.
It is weird how many people John knows. I've had guests in here where he's reached out to me privately, oh, I know that one. He knows a cousin of my mother. It's insane how many people this guy knows.
Wow.
Yeah. Then you even today you were surprised. Oh, you had personal experience with Joe Cocker. That was a horrible impression, and I wasn't trying to really do one. Just so you know.
That's okay.
I don't know why I went into the falsetto.
I don't think you were trying to.
Maybe because of the Barry Gibb question. All right, so Boynton Beach. Andy Gibb, boy, some Gibb. Yeah, Boynton Beach was ranked the most fun place to retire to. So, John, you lose points, John, for not knowing that.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does. He
That
should have
is
known
not
that.
fair.
He's most of the reason why it's a fun place to retire to.
Maybe that's why I'm not fond of the place, because I didn't know John when I was there.
That's right.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong.
But he's
going to show me.
And he's betraying the town by choosing a different town. He should have said, where I live is the most fun place.
I'm sure there are plenty of people who think where they live is the most fun place. A lot of people like Del Rey.
Oh, yes,
Come
I've
on,
heard
that's
that. Yes.
fun.
All right, let's see if he redeems himself. Because the next question, what is Boynton Beach's motto? And you didn't have any idea, and I don't blame you.
I'm sure he knows that.
Oh, he did. He knew it. And so did... Vicky knew it. Vicky, how did you know that? Vicky, get off the computer. She gets mad at me when I accuse her of cheating.
Don't accuse her of cheating.
I am, though.
I don't think
I'm
she
doing
cheats.
it just for pissing her off sake. Yeah, America's gateway to the Gulf Stream. Come on, that is not common. How would Vicky know that?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, John knew it too. John said gateway to the Gulf.
Okay.
That's good enough?
Makes sense. That makes more sense than America's gateway to the Gulf Stream.
All right, I didn't write it. Don't yell at me, Diane.
I like John's answer better.
I like John's answer better. Yeah, I'd be saying the same thing if I was getting bought a steak.
You're so jealous. Wow, you have jealous tendencies.
No, I'm scared.
Stop. You've nothing
I'm
to be
totally
afraid
scared.
of.
He's going to put something in the steak to knock you out. You're going to wake up in a weird room, and there's John just sitting on a little chair in the dark. Hello, Diane. It's going to be like Hannibal Lecter.
I doubt it.
I believe there's bodies in his basement. He doesn't even have a basement. Who had a huge 70s number one with Shadow Dancing? Yeah, everybody got that. Thank you, Greg. Greg says Will Smith is a clown. Agreed 100%. He sucks. I like Nicolas Cage movies. I have a hard time watching because I just...
You don't like him?
No.
I find him to be very, very weird, but
Yeah.
I do like some of his movies.
The Rock, I could watch that. Raising Arizona. Have you ever seen Raising Arizona?
I have.
Such a fun, hilarious movie.
Right? That's the movie, right?
That is.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Well-
I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, plus Holly Hunter's in it, and now I can watch anything with Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's... Oh, and what did I just watch recently with her? The Firm.
Yeah, I love that movie.
And I could listen to her talk.
Yes.
Oh my God!
I think it is The Firm, right, where she meets Tom Cruise's brother, and he says something like, "I like your crooked little mouth."
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That's
and
exactly
she's got
what
that,
it is.
Like long cigarette in her hand,
Yes.
through the whole thing, and chewing the gums. She
Yep.
is great.
She is when it comes to acting, she is a treasure. Plus she's just she's beautiful. But and here's a little guilty pleasure that I'll admit. She made a movie with Richard Dreyfuss called Always. It's her, Richard Dreyfuss, and John Goodman.
Okay.
John Goodman is one of my favorite actors. I think he's phenomenal.
I met him in an airport one time.
Really? Was he nice?
He was nice. It was just cordial. It was
What? Yeah. What? You were walking past him?
I went to LAX to visit my grandmother with my sister actually in the 80s, and he was there and went up to say met Malcolm Jamal Warner the same day in the same airport. Yeah.
Who was? They were both nice.
Cosby Show. Yeah, they were both nice, cordial. I mean, we didn't bother them. We just, hi,
You just went, "Hi, Mr. Goodman."
That's it. Yeah.
And what did he do?
Just smiled, waved, whatever.
He didn't say thank you, ladies.
I didn't. We tried not to be.
Right. You don't want to bother them. Right.
Right.
That.
And because when you do that too, you call attention. Other people, then start to crowd around. We don't want to do that.
I did that to Barry Bostwick in an airport once. I thought I was kind of being quiet. He was just standing there waiting for his baggage. So I just went up to him. I said, "Mr. Bostwick, I enjoy your work." And he looked at me, shook my hand, "Oh, thank you very much." He was a super nice guy. And I walked away.
And then people started to come
I
over.
turned. I forget why I turned, but I turned to look at him, and sure enough, he had a crowd around him. I felt awful. But I'm with you. I don't like to bother them unless they're in a situation where, like an award ceremony or a charity event, like
That's different.
You're going there that night. The crowd's around you.
They're right.
But, and I've talked about it before. And speaking of the Oscars this past weekend, which we weren't talking about, I've 2 separate occasions I walked past Conan O'Brien, and same thing. Didn't want to bother him. So as we walked past each other, the first time I just said, "Hey, Conan." That's all I said. And he said, he didn't tell me to go fuck myself. But he said something like, "Oh, fuck off" or something. I swear to you.
Really?
Swear to you. Second time. So,
Holy cow.
Second time I met him was at Radio City Music Hall. I had an aisle seat. So the aisle, like I said, is right next to me. The center aisle. A guy gets up from the front rows. We were at a Ringo Starr show. Guy gets up from the front. He starts walking back, and I'm not in the front row. I had floor seats, but I'm in the back, so I can see as he's walking up. It's Conan O'Brien. Immediately, I think to myself, all right, maybe that day he told me to fuck off. Maybe he's just having a bad day. So this time, But same thing. He just walked past, and I go, "Hey, Conan." Or oh no, I said, "Hi, Conan." But as he's walking, I didn't stop him. I didn't get in his face.
Right.
He goes, "Yeah, right." And I was like, "I'm done."
Wow, and it's funny. I was going to ask you what you thought of him at the Oscars.
Terrible.
No, I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah, I admit I'm biased.
You're just not going to like him.
Holy shit! It's 12:30.
Oh, how did that happen?
So I immediately yelled back because this was right after he got the gig with Letterman. So it was 1995. So I yelled back, said, "You suck, Letterman rules."
Wow.
Showed him.
That's funny. I met the nicest person I ever met was, a superstar. Really famous person. I went to a taping of the David Letterman show. The old place at when it was at Rock.
Yeah.
And Christian Slater and Richard Simmons were the guests. And when we were coming out, and I don't even remember how this happened, but we were on one of the lower floors. We had come down the elevator, and we were walking around the bottom of the building, and the elevator comes down, and out comes Richard Simmons and some other person, and he's in his shorts.
I met Richard Simmons once too, dressed just like that.
And we went, and like we were trying not to be, but we just kind of waved, and he went, "Oh my goodness, it's so nice to meet you!" Like he was lovely. Like he did not even have to stop; he could have kept going.
Yeah.
He was just he was everything you would hope he is in real life, and he was that and more. And I loved him forever after that.
I've told the story before, so I won't go on with it. But he was exactly like that when I met him too. But we shook hands. First of all, he gave me like the dead fish handshake, which I can't stand. But also, his hand was so wet and clammy.
Sweaty.
Yes.
He is sweaty.
It was just reactionary. I didn't mean to do this, but I did it right. As soon as we shook hands, I went, "Oh." And I wiped.
Did you?
Yeah, I went. I don't know if he caught it because he was like jumping all over the place.
Yeah, he's sweaty, but it was sweet as could be.
Yes.
Loved it.
All right, let's get through this because we got to get out of here. We got Peter at 1:00. Andy Gibb. Who is younger, Serena or Venus? You said Serena. Vicky says Serena. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Serena is the correct answer. Nobody else answered that one. What is David Copperfield's real name? John Rusciello got that one. Wow. David Kotkin. Kotkin. David Kotkin.
Okay.
Oh, Vicky got that too. Sorry.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow. Greg Halverson said Cher is a skank. All right.
Hey.
Whoa. Hey. Whoa. All right. Who is the last living cast member from Different Strokes? He is still alive. I see some people have gotten it. Sorry?
Is it Gary?
No, he's gone.
He died, right?
He's gone,
okay,
yeah.
Then I think it's Mr. Drummond, I guess.
Yeah, you said Mr. Drummond, whose name I don't know.
I don't remember.
Oh, wait a minute. It's Conrad something.
Yeah, Conrad Bain.
Conrad Bain, right.
I just couldn't again.
Ann got it right. Vicky got it right. David Copperfield. Oh, my goodness. Greg Halverson got it right. And then he made a reference to one of our murder mysteries, which is awesome. Todd Bridges is still alive.
Is he still alive? Oh,
he
good.
cleaned himself up. A nice, big, happy ending.
I'm happy to hear that.
Me too.
That makes me happy.
He went through a lot of shit. Him and Darryl Strawberry cleaned themselves up. They've been clean for years. Yeah, I love happy ending stories like that.
Great.
Mellifluous. What is the meaning of the word mellifluous? Vicky's got it correct. Firmder says having a lisp. That is incorrect. GD says thanks for having me on. Sorry we cut you off. Yeah, Greg agrees that Nicolas Cage is another tool, but he enjoyed Face Off. Yeah, that's a cool movie. Fremder watched The Firm this morning. Oh, I think that, yeah, all right. Okay, I don't see anybody else getting it. So, wait a minute, who had it? Somebody got it, right? I already lost it. All right, well, whoever Vicky got it. Mellifluous, like I said, just like Diane singing, mellifluous, the definition is beautifully sounding.
Oh, that's nice. I was going to say melodic, so that
Well, you did. You said something that has to do with sound. Yeah, that's close enough. You get a point because you're Diane.
Because we cheat.
That's right. Amomaxia, whatever, is having sex while in what? Diane said in the air. Vicky said in a car.
In a coma.
In a coma.
I don't know. Trying to think in a.
Whoa. Friender. All right, I don't see anybody else answering that one. So, Vicky got it. Well, Vicky said in a car, but to be more specific, it's in a parked car.
Oh.
That's the answer I got. In a parked car.
Why would they even make a word for that?
I swear to you. I
Why
wondered
would
the
that
same
even
thing.
be a word?
Why don't you just say I had sex in a car?
a parked car.
Hey, guess what I did this morning? What? I had a maxima, or however you pronounce it. I had an amomaxia.
Stupid.
Whoa!
Really?
You got amomaxia? That's amazing. Like, it doesn't sound right.
That's just as silly.
All right, we have to get out of here.
We do.
Was that you? I thought her. Oh, it was. Okay, you just did.
I just did.
Okay, I didn't know if it was Peter or not.
Maybe he is. So
I
say
don't
goodbye,
know.
and then I'll
Yeah,
go left.
Peter's on at 1:00. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Safe flight and all that
I
good
will.
stuff.
I'll send pictures.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you, and I really do. I hope you have a great time. And yeah, of course, we hope she survives.
I'll survive.
He might not
All right.
survive. All right, we're out of here. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. Peter at 1:00. Coffee. Hershey and the Keegs tonight at 9:00. They have. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me for forgetting the fella's name, but he's a New York Post sports writer. Is a guest on their show tonight. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. Me and Michael back here tomorrow at 11, and Circling the Drain tomorrow night at 7. And of course, govs.com. Go see a show. Nick Griffin, Jeff Dye, Keegan Tendell, Jay Lawrence, the Uncle Louie Variety Show is playing the Brokerage this weekend, and Alvin Kwai. Just some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor stage. Go to KnockemDadeComedy.com. We're doing a game show up in Goshen, New York tomorrow afternoon. And then you can see us right across the street here at Levittown Library. Saturday we're doing 2 shows, one at 11:30 and one at 1:00. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And go to KnockemDadeComedy.com. Check out our full schedule as well as information how you can hire us for your event. And you can see Greg Halverson. He's wonderful, and he can dance. All right, we're out of here. See you at 1:00. Thank you again, as
Thank
always.
you.
And
Bye,
we
everybody.
get a double shot next week. Take that, John.
Yay.
Take that. See you later.
Bye.